Hi guys, this is the free-to-play master here with my 12th review. Today we'll be breaking the mold for my average review. I will be reviewing RuneScape today, which is an MMO, and is not a first-person shooter. But don't let this fool you. I will not do any MMO reviews that have to do with some kind of crap Korean game that sucks terribly, because most of them do. Let's start from the beginning. RuneScape is an open-ended, browser-based game that streams everything to your browser. There are no plugins to speak of, so you can play this game anywhere. Your school, your library, you name it. For a free game that runs on JavaScript, RuneScape looks good. It looks nowhere near as good as more popular MMOs, but it's still pretty. While the models are pretty simple, the textures that go over them more than make up for it. See, the textures have bump mapping, or something close to it. That makes them look a hell of a lot better than your average shitty Korean MMO. There's shadow effects too. Armor glistens in the sunlight, so on and so forth. The font and spelling here is great too. Since this game is of European make, the English here is flawless. The sounds in RuneScape aren't particularly realistic, but the music is very, very nice. It has a kind of retro 90s sound that is very, very cool to listen to. I actually like it a lot. How good the gameplay is depends on your taste. If you happen to like point-and-click adventures games like me, you'll enjoy RuneScape. If you don't, well, that's a whole nother story. See, every action in RuneScape is done with the left mouse button, from movement to combat to crafting to everything. The thing I like best about RuneScape is that opposed to every other MMO, RuneScape isn't combat driven. Instead, it is driven by item crafting. Almost every usable item in the game is craftable, except for some special armors, which need to be obtained from killing certain boss monsters or completing quests. This game is a realistic economy, and prices for different armors and weapons will fluctuate or decrease depending on the ratio of supply-demand, which can be found at the Grand Exchange, RuneScape's equivalent to an auction house. Another thing I like about RuneScape is the crafting system itself. You can combine certain items together to perform an action, such as lighting a fire. In order to light one, you need to cut yourself a nice piece of lumber, light it with your tinderbox, and voila, a campfire, useful for cooking out in the harsh, cold wilderness. This pattern is followed with every crafting skill, of which there are many. Combat is one of my least favorite parts of this game. At the start of RuneScape, you'll have trouble even killing the most simplest of chickens. But as you level up your attack skill, your hit ratio will increase, slowly but surely. And then you may decide to switch to your strength attack, which will earn you strength XP, which will increase your attack damage. Eventually, you'll see your zeros turn to ones, ones turns to twos, threes to fours, fours to fives, etc. I like this system because you get the thrill of accomplishment the stronger you become. But the problem is that it takes so long for the leveling to actually happen. The amount of XP you get for performing skills doesn't change with that skill's particular level, which means to reach higher levels, it will take a lot of grinding. You also have ranged and magic combat, which works similar to melee, but you need to buy or make arrows and runes in order to use your bow and use your magic respectively. The AI of your enemies you'll fight is the major downside of combat. If you have a ranged weapon and you attack an enemy while standing behind the fence, most likely the enemy won't go around the fence to attack you. And some of the early bosses have no attack variations at all. PvP is also a downside. Major PvP battles are incredibly confusing, and you won't be able to tell the difference between friend and foe. One-on-one duels are also bad, since the accepted strategy is to bring a crap load of food with you and eat it whenever your health is low. This will screw over anyone who doesn't have any food, which isn't much fun. Probably the biggest problem with RuneScape is that the free part of the game has many boundaries. There's no trial or anything, and you can reach the max level on most skills, but you can't use some skills, and many areas are closed off to you. If you aren't cheap, you may want to pay the minimal fee of $5 a month to play this game to its fullest. The community here is mixed. You'll get both the 10 to 12-year-olds who think they are superior to you because they are higher level than you, but you'll also get some mature players who have manners and speak properly, as opposed to talking like this. All in all, RuneScape is a decent point-and-click game. It's easy to play, has a lot of depth, and there's more to it than just combat. RuneScape gets a 4 out of 5. See you on the battlefield.